a Mongolian doctor by the name of Yondon Dungu tragically drowned here at Bondi Beach. With the support of his family, we'll use this show to outline our message of surf safety, the risks, the dangers and the consequences of going to the beach.
Reedy thinks he spotted a man in trouble and radios the tower.
Bondi Central 2 jet ski, come in. Yeah, we need you back here at Bondi in the southern corner, straight away, please.
Tom saw the man before he called the jet ski, but when he looks back, he's gone.
No, this is not cool.
Corey follows procedure but is uncertain anyone is missing. While Tom and Reedy both saw the man struggling, they can't be sure he's gone under.
Yeah, when Reedy gets back to shore, he was the one that was going in for the rescue that spotted the guy, so maybe just double check with him.
Okay, copy that.
3 minutes have passed since the man was last seen. If he is underwater, the chances of a successful resuscitation are rapidly diminishing.
Who knows? Reedy, do you know how far? Did you see where he was?
Yeah, here. I was just watching this Asian guy, and then suddenly he was going, and I couldn't see him over the back of the waves. And then I looked over, and I just seen a couple of arms go up, and I went, "I'm gonna have to go." And I radioed for the jet ski, and I realised he wasn't going to hear me because he was going to Tama. So I went out, and then I got out there, and there was like an Indian guy, and it didn't look like the same guy that was going. And I was like, "Okay, you all right?" And he goes, "Yeah." And so I said, "Oh, can you go in for me?" And then I don't know.
Suddenly, the Westpac rescue chopper identifies a shadow in the water.
We're presently hovering over a 4 to 5 foot shark. Probably better off sending a shark alarm.
Copy that.
In the confusion and noise, lifeguards mistake the shark for the man's body and dive in to retrieve it. The shark is scared away.
When's his birthday? Oh, 65.
What day?
What day was it for?
Oh, today. So the 20th?
Yeah.
Yep, of January 1965.
We've got a guy out there on the surfboard waving his hands. I think he's got in.
It's going to be horrible. I wonder where the family is. They're right there. The police have got them.
Head tilt. Get the tilt.
Until paramedics arrive, lifeguards must work on the man, no matter what the chances of resuscitation.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
I mean, they're obviously doing everything they can, the boys. They'd have the defib and the oxy and everything on him, but, you know, he's just been under too long.
Let's get him on. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Put him down. Do not touch. All right, off.
Corey notifies Chief Lifeguard Bruce Hopkins.
Yeah, Bruce is Corey, mate, at the Lifeguards Tower. We found him and the boys are working on him furiously. I think it's a futile attempt, but the ambulance is here just picking him up now. see you, mate. The ambos declared him dead there.
Yeah.
Bring everything back up here to Central. You need to all get dry, get dressed, and we'll have a little talk over.
Yeah, copy that. I'll let all the boys know. I'll pass it on the police now.
In 20 years of being here, there's been probably a few of these that have happened to us, and I'm sure it probably won't be the last one, unfortunately. But these things happen, so...
Yeah, they do happen, fellas.
Yeah.
Just sometimes they just go under and you can't do anything about it.
At least full surface surrounding you.
Yeah.
I saw a guy standing on the sandbank.
Yeah.
We got a call from Rudy that he's going out. Standard rescue. He was the only one down there, so I told backpackers just to stand by, just in case he might have needed assistance. Put the goggles back on him. I couldn't see anything. All I could see was like maybe a forehead or something. I saw something, and that was it.
Yeah, one of those ones that you don't even know where you're going to go because I keep slipping off the bank. Because I was low the waves, I couldn't see over the waves to see whether I needed to go or not.
From what it sounds like, he was standing, lost his footing, and then just sunk. Over the last 4 or 5 years, the lifeguards have had a pretty clean slate. Statistically, we haven't lost anyone. But because of the dangerous conditions down here and the tragic event that occurred, it's definitely, sent a shockwave through the team.
Feel really sick in the stomach because it was my area of the water and I just felt like I'd made a mistake. I'd done something wrong. Like I was watching him and then and you're watching other things and then I went back and like the waves were breaking and I went and I radioed the jet. I just couldn't figure out how someone could go under so quick. People scream and people splash and people make a lot of noise. And he pretty much took a mouthful of water and went under and I couldn't... I thought maybe I missed him and maybe he made all that noise and I didn't see it.
By all means, if you're feeling bad about it tomorrow, it's not a sign of weakness to us to talk to someone about it. These services are available free of charge, anonymously, through the council, so don't carry it around with you. Thanks, what are you doing, mate? Blakey, you all right?
Yeah.
Thanks.
How do you have this kid come up to you and you know that his father is dead? The hardest part was walking along the beach and kind of asking him the questions like, can your dad swim? Does he have anywhere else to go? And you saw it click in his head and then his mum's head that, like, there isn't much hope. Like, he was in the water. He didn't have anywhere else to go. He couldn't swim. And I think that was the toughest part for me was watching them realise that their husband, like their father, is gone, and no one ever wants to finish a day at work knowing that someone died while they were on.
For us to do this job, we have to expect things like this. It's hard to deal with at the time, but I think it's going to be a lot harder on the guys that it was their first time.
I think the best thing was going through it as a group. Like, that night I felt a lot more part of the team, like we'd all worked together and done everything we could and we were all feeling exactly the same, and it was, it's one of the things I took out of it was the greater sense of being part of the team and being a lifeguard now. I think it'll probably make him a better lifeguard because, like, in his first year, he's just realised that people drown. This isn't just a walk in the park job. This is like lifeguarding is lifeguarding, and you're guarding lives. And if people will drown.
From what I gathered from his family and friends, Yondon Dungu himself was 42 years of age. He'd been in Australia for 1 week, and his family would have absolutely been thriving on the fact that they'd been given this new opportunity and about to kickstart a new life. And in the blink of an eye, as it occurs down here sometimes at Bondi, it was just taken away from him, and it literally was that fast.
Several lifeguards attended Dungu's funeral to pay their respects to his family. Having lost their breadwinner, the family then had no choice but to return to Mongolia. A family friend has sent a letter to the lifeguards on their behalf.
It reads, Dear Tom, Yondon Dungu, a Mongolian national, tragically drowned at Bondi Beach on the 20th of January 2007.
Many ordinary Australians rallied round to support his family during a very difficult period, reflecting the compassion and decency of the local community in helping people in a time of need. On behalf of the family, Dungu's wife, Segi, and children Zorig, Sambaya and Bachelum, I would like to thank the Waverley Lifeguards for their sympathy and support. The attendance of so many Bondi Lifeguards at the funeral was very much appreciated. The family is aware of the stresses and pressures the lifeguards have to face on a daily basis to keep the beaches safe, and we wish all of you good luck for the future.
You can't help but not be affected by a letter that has those words in it, and we're passionate about what we do. This is why we take it so seriously, because when you read those words in there, it's pretty ordinary.